Welcome back to another episode of Story Time, also called Helmet Talk, featuring me, Padre. So, how you doing?
Good.
Good. As you can see, we're sporting Sasquatch.
Welcome to Squatch Week.
Welcome to Squatch Week. There we go. Have our own news channel. Last episode, we talked about something. This episode, we're going to talk about something else. Dad.
That narrows it down.
We have a...
Last week was irrelevant. This week will be even more irrelevant.
We have a story about... Shut up. We have a story about the paintball. The paintball story.
Right.
He has a list of stories from his childhood and on. But my favorite ones are the paintball.
None of them true.
None of them.
No, they're all true.
So tell me,
okay,
how did this paintball story go? Because I wasn't
okay.
there.
So my brother owned some property in behind his house, and it was fairly wooded, so it made it good to be able to find places to hide. And this was years ago, by the way, so we kind of got into the habit of this paintball thing as it was first starting to become popular. And
this was like in the 1800s?
1800s, 1805,
Yeah.
something like that, yeah.
BC?
Not BC.
Oh.
No. Anyway, we bought the paintball guns and everything that we wanted. We got the idea that we wanted to start doing it at nighttime. So we had everything that we needed. We had the goggles to protect our eyes. We didn't really have helmets or any body gear. We just thickened up the clothes, which meant everything from here was kind of exposed except your eyes. And then so what we did is we got glow sticks, and we would use the glow sticks in the band of the goggles, and which was funny in itself because late at night, you're out there at 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and you're trying to snipe somebody, and all of a sudden you see this little glow stick go across the ground like this, and then another one go back this way, and it made it a lot of fun. And so we would take turns. There was 3 of us, and two would go into the garage and count to like 100 or whatever, and the other person would have to hide out in the forest area and would try to snipe the other 2, and the other 2 had to try to find him before he found them.
This is how you make friends.
And so the one person that went out before we did, my brother and I were in the garage counting, and he went up into a tree, this other person. And so we walk out after we count to 100, and we're being as covert as we can, and we're trying not to make a sound, and we have no idea where he's at. We're just waiting to see some movement of a glow stick, and then sure enough, it catches our eye, and we see up in the tree this glow stick that's just moving. And it's like, well, that's not a raccoon that took the glow stick, so he's up there. And for some reason, he didn't see us. We saw him before he saw us. So we took aim at him, and late at night, you go, dum, dum, just like that. And then you hear it, just like that. And all you see is this body curl up in this glow stick curl and literally just drop out of the tree. And that was the end of it. And that was round 1.
Oh my God.
That was round 1. And then so after he got his wind back, we switched teams, and so then it was my turn to be out there to try to snipe them. And so they counted to 100, and so I hid behind a tree. And they, long story short on that is they saw me and I saw them about the same time. So now all of a sudden there's this massive crossfire going back and forth between the 2 of us. And my brother had me pinned pretty good. I was standing behind a tree, and he was just drilling this tree left and right, just hoping that, I don't know, the tree would fall on me or something. But he just kept blasting, and I couldn't get out from either side of the tree. So my brother, so I just took it was a complete random 1 in a million shot. I literally just took the gun, and I just went out like this, and I leaned out, and I shot 1 time. And all I hear is, Jesus God, oh, time out. He's, oh my God. Like, oh man, what happened? So we stopped everything and went over to go check on him. And he had taken his baseball cap and he put it on backwards and had his goggles on. And apparently the paintball that came out of my gun hit that little button that's on top of the hat. and hit it perfectly on top and pushed the button right into his head. Put it right into his head. And so now he's on his head and he's screaming and screaming. And all I did was just stick the gun out like this, like that. And that was the end of it. So we stopped after that. And he stopped shooting paintballs after that. I continued on with some other friends in some other areas. And then I stopped after I had an incident. We were up in this clear-cut area. And we were just hiding behind stumps because that's really all there was to hide behind. There were no trees. They were all cut down. And everybody was afraid to get up and shoot the other person. And so it was just so quiet.
Stalemate.
And so I thought, you know what? This is really stupid. We just need to go find somewhere else. So I stood up to say, you know what? Time out. And as soon as I stood up, I heard it just like that. And it hit me right in the goiter. So I stand up. I stand up to try to say time out, and all you get is, hey, time. and everybody is laughing so hard. They can't figure out what happened. And then we kept reliving it over and over again the rest of the day. And he said, he's like, you had to see it from his perspective. He says, all I saw you was just, hey. And that was it. And that was it. So then I stopped doing paintball after that. And I had a welt about that big on my throat.
2 jugulars.
Of course, we had everything else covered, but this spot. Yeah. So that's the paintball story.
I forgot about the last one.
That was exactly it. Yeah.
I'm just like picturing you like a meerkat just popping up. Hey!
That was it. Yeah.
That one with the button cap still gets me though, because I can feel the pain.
Well, and the funny thing with that is my brother thought he had me, and he's just going complete Rambo on me on the tree, you know, just one after another after another. He thought he had me for sure, and it was just a 1 in a million. That was it. That ended it.
He empties 3 rounds.
Yeah.
Oh, that's.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, thanks for joining me. Those are.
Tune in next week to hear about my goiter surgery.
That's a 2-parter.
That's why you have 2 Adam's apple.
Oh,
yeah, it's still in there.
Oh, yuck. Ugh. All right. That was fun. I hope you enjoyed listening as much as we did telling it. See you guys next time. Say bye.
Bye.
Bye.